Hello everyone, my name is Jay. Today we're going to look at the NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Disguise. We're going to look at the 1987 Ninja Turtles. Now, before we continue with this video, there's more stuff than this. But before I show everything, these are used figures. So I don't have all of the hands. I do have all the other accessories, but not the extra hands. Because I know that they come with 4 pairs, I'm pretty sure, which I was like, God damn it. But either way, I'm actually still completely happy with these figures. I was pleasantly surprised. I've been trying to get these for about 8 or 7 years. I don't know, because these like figures were expensive, and I was trying to get them when they were like at Target. And remember how they had the light green? Yeah, I didn't really want that one. I wanted the accurate to the TV show, even though I'm not a big fan of the TV show. But of course, we're not here to talk about that. The TV show, there could be funny moments, but there's so many errors and so many just bad moments. Oh my God. We're okay. Enough with the show. But let me show you the amount of accessories. First, we got hands, all right? We got a lot of hands. We got extra heads. We have coats. We have pants. We have all the Ninja Turtles weapons. Of course, we're going to look at them individually. We have 4 heads of these. We got hats. And of course, there's more accessories to look at. So, this is going to be a while because I've been waiting to do this video. I know I've been saying for months and months, probably last month, whatever. It's been a while, and I've just been wanting to do this video. I know, like I said a long time ago with those other videos, I said I'm gonna do it, but here we go. It's gonna take a while with all these accessories. A bit pressure on me, basically. But anyways, we are gonna look at each and every one of them. Of course, I have Raphael in his disguise, because anytime I think of a turtle in disguise, that's who I think of. Now, let's begin. So of course, there's a lot to look at. So, okay, let's just look at the head scopes. The head scopes, they're really nice. Each individual Ninja Turtles, you could switch them out, pop these heads out, which I didn't even know about when I got these, but then when I found out, I was like, oh, really? So, like I said, these were completely new to me. I'm pretty sure they came out 2023, but I've been having these figures like since last year, because like I said, these are used figures. So, they look pretty good, and of course we would swap heads and swap their mouths and all that. And of course, we got Raphael, my second favorite Ninja Turtle. Of course, my first favorite is Michelangelo. I know some people say they didn't like the shading, and I was like, yeah, I get it, but I was like, I don't know, kind of gives it more personality, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh, I don't mind that. And then, of course, we got another one. We got Michelangelo himself, my favorite out of the bunch. Of course, there's many people who has favorites like Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael. I mean, come on now. It's just, these head sculpts were really good. The only problem that I really don't like, because there's going to be some problems with these. I don't like how they have their lips orange, like inside their mouths orange. I don't know why. I don't remember that in the cartoons. Anytime they opened their mouth, it was like red, and their tongue was like pink or whatever. But whatever. I'm gonna be talking about those problems. Now, of course, we're gonna look at each hand. Like I said, they were supposed to come with 4 extra of these hands, 4 extra of these hands, and of course, the only ones that I got of 4 extras were the thumbs up. So, of course, we're gonna look at the thumbs up. The sculpt, as always, for NECA, they never ever fail to impress me. They look really good. They look very nice. Looks like, I wish they could put maybe some lines on it, you know what I'm saying? Like they put lines on everything else, but you could see some, hold on. I want to put some light right there. I don't know if you could see some shading right there, but you could. I'm probably gonna leave the light right there, yeah. And now, of course, you got this other, just the high 3, or maybe just them serving pizza, because we do have pizza in the set, but like I said, we're gonna show all those. Now the texture, you could see that there's some textures right there, some little lines, some engravings, or whatever you want to call them. But look at that, that looks nice, that looks good. I really like that. I really like when they put like details on their hands, because some figures, like in companies, they never do, but except for NECA. Ooh. Of course, this is just a pointing finger. This is one I mainly use just for Donatello, because of course he's like the science nerd, and he beat all the stereotypes of being a nerd, even though later on, like, they added glasses on him for the Michael Bay, and then each Ninja Turtle iterations, they just add him glasses, and that was the whole point of Donatello, is to get him away from that stereotype of the nerd. But whatever, we're not going to talk about that, because there's problems that I have with the Ninja Turtle franchise, but we're not going to start that. So, of course, this one is very, very specific for, of course, Raphael for himself, so he could hold his size. So that's pretty good. And now, we're not even done, because there's still more accessories to look at and more other things to look at. So I'm gonna put all these hands up, and for the heads, of course, I'm gonna put these up. And now we're gonna look at their other accessories, like their actual other accessories. Hold on. There we go. I want to get a good camera view. All right, so let's just start with another one. Second thing. Of course, I was gonna do these separately, but fuck it, we're gonna talk about their clothes. So their coats, their clothes, their pants, they look good. This is like the first time I've ever seen anything miniature for like figures with clothes on, because I know anytime that they have like any outfits or anything like that, it's always plastic, and I'm like, give that, give that, you know what I'm saying? So when I found out that these were just nice, they feel good, by the way. I don't know what kind of fabric, but it feels very nice. Of course, if you look closely, anytime a turtle fell off like my shelf, they would collect dust, but you could obviously just take that off. But it's very nice. You could also just tie it up, which is very good. So of course we don't have to look at all of them, but that's how they look like. And of course I will show you how to put it on, because I have Raphael with that outfit, but it looks very good. And of course you could put this with any of your other Ninja Turtles, which I do actually. I put it on this Mirage comic. By the way, this is easily my favorite Ninja Turtles. Like, Mirage comics Ninja Turtles they're badass, they're great. But of course, figure-wise, they're way better than these. But of course, like I said, I'm gonna give my honest opinions. And if you still want to buy these, be my guest, because that's the whole point of my review. Give you my honest opinions. If you thinking, oh, should I get this? Well, let's see. But of course, there's other people with reviews that you could look at. But you know, whatever. I'm here just to give you that honest opinion, because sometimes with what the hair? There was just hair. And dust. Disgusting. I'm not cleaning off. Whatever. So the pants are nice. Of course, they're a bit stretchy, so you could see. You don't have to worry about that, but I will show you that later. Next up, these are the accessories I don't give a shit about. First, we're actually just gonna show the hat, the fedora. They look good. They don't look bad. You could see some black lines, so it could give it that cartoonish look, which I like. I wish they could, like I said, I wish they could put creases on their hands, like they put this little crease right there. I really wish they could put some like little black lines on their hands, but whatever. So it looks pretty good, not bad. You could easily fit them. Of course, these are the heads I don't like. I know that they wore it like in one episode, or maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4. I don't fucking remember, basically. But I know sometimes they would not even wear these, so I really don't like these accessories. They got like a happy one, and they got like a scared one. I don't really care for these. These are like the accessories that I really could give zero shits about. Maybe if you have like a custom figure, oh yeah, you could probably use these. But see some little crease line on the back. Of course, the ears, they're not badly sculpted. The face is not badly sculpted. It's just like, I don't really give a shit about these. But of course, you could put their hats on. So of course, these are just the mask for each Ninja Turtle. No, they didn't decapitate someone and just eat their corpse. No, they didn't do that. All right, next up, I have these laid out on my bed. Jesus Christ, and on my shelves. So I have to do a lot of moving around. So we're gonna look at the boombox. Okay, screw it. The boombox looks very good. Of course, very nice. Very detailed, very nice with the lines, it's perfect. You gotta be careful when you put like any of the Ninja Turtles hands, because when you try to put their weapons after they get done holding this, it falls out. Like their weapons just easily fall out, just slips away. So this is some nice paint job. We got some dark gray, we got some light gray, we got some black. Like I say, this is very nice. This is very good and simple. Of course, we got Pigeon Pete. Now, you could see the problem. This did not come like this when I got it used. When I had these figures, this was perfectly fine. But then when I had a figure just dropped, I don't know how. This was probably my goddamn shelf, whatever. And it fell out, and then the leg just broke off. I didn't notice until like a couple of hours later that day, but I was a bit disappointed because now you can't have him like stand up. As you could see, he just keeps falling. See? Like if he had both of his feet, oh, he would easily stand. But of course, with the detail with the pigeon, it's very nice, not bad. And by the way, you could also hold him like, if you want to have him like holding a Ninja Turtles hand, oh, you could easily do that, making them look like they're looking at, you know, nature or some shit, whatever. Of course, Pigeon Pete got his little bandana. Each of these accessories are really based on like a specific episode. And like if you're a big fan of like Ninja Turtle 87, then yeah, you might love this. You might love this, or just a Ninja Turtle fan in general. Because I remember Pigeon Pete was in an episode. Of course, a boombox is like in anything you see in the 80s or whatnot. And of course, we have the next accessory. I like this. Ew. Goddamn. See, anyways, the Hare and the Tortoise, of course. Nice little book. Nice little book. Good read. Good book, by the way. I'm being serious, but anyways. Number 1, Tortoise and the Hare fan. Ah, shit. Of course, we see a little turtle with the trophy. That's adorable. That's adorable. So it's very nice, feels good. You could easily put them in their hands, but of course, when you have other weapons, it easily doesn't fall out. After you take this out of their hands, none of the weapons fall out. Next up, a weird hat. I don't know if you can see. Hold on. Yes, is weird. Why? Because it's weird. I mainly put this on for Michelangelo, but like I said, when you get these figures, or if you have these figures, you have fun with them. You just do whatever you want. Nice little lines. Nice white with the purple in the middle. So yeah, it says weird right there. It's pretty good. It's nice. So yeah, really not that much to say about, but Next up, we're gonna talk about one single slice of pizza. No, it's not the one where you could put the sigh in, which I was a bit disappointed. I thought it's the one where you could put the sigh in and recreate that scene from the intro with Raphael. After his intro saying, Raphael is cool, but rude, give me a break. And then he throws the pizza after he grabs this single slice. But look at that. You see some cheese. You see some, what is that? Is that like olives? What the fuck is that? I know people put random shits on their pizza. I'm just a pepperoni guy. I really don't go crazy. But of course, got some cheese, got some pepperonis. The crust looks good. Looks pretty nice. Looks a bit rough. I feel like that's how a pizza would look. Because anytime you grab pizza, yeah, the bottom part would look like that. So, looks pretty good. Next up, we're going to look at the skateboard. Yes, you can move it, but it's not the best thing, really. But it's not bad, I guess. Just when you have a turtle standing, I would have my Ninja Turtles standing mainly with Michelangelo, but half the time he would also fall out. So that's how this fucked up, because when he fell down, my whole shelf and as soon as one figure falls, everything falls off. And yeah, his leg got broken, which I was disappointed about, but whatever. It's not the biggest deal to me because we're talking about the turtles. But the skateboard looks pretty good. We got a little shell on the front, of course. Turtle power, hell yeah. We just got some yellow line with some blue, with some green. Some light green, some dark green. I guess with this normal blue. And this is kind of, I don't know. There's different types of color, basically, whatever, you know. It looks good, it looks nice, it looks, That's what I like about these accessories. Even when you hold this, it still looks good, right? It's just when you move it, it's really not the best. Of course, we got this nice pizza. Look at that. We got some cheese. We got some maybe olives or maybe some meat. Or, you know, any meat lovers over there? Any, you know, I know people like sausage on there, like pizza or tomatoes or even pineapple. Why? Why pineapple? Never mind. We're not going to get in that. But as you see here, we got some pepperonis, some cheese, and a lot of cheese, of course, on the bottom. We have it hold on the tray. Looks pretty good. Easily, anytime I have this, I always have it stacked with the other pizza, which we will look at. My favorite pizza. Yes. Who does not love this classic? You have some nice, good crust, but inside that crust, in the middle, you got some pepperoni with cheese, with goddamn sardines, and fucking ice cream. Yes, that's the best thing ever. It's funny because in the Ninja Turtle movie, April said, "You want some pizza?" And then Michelangelo says, "Does it come with flies or some shit?" And then he jokes around with it. But in the cartoon, they're like, "Oh no, we eat that shit dirty." All right, but of course, you could just have them stacked like this. It doesn't fall over. It's just my hands are just a bit shaking because holy crap, we have a lot to go. All right, so that's enough with these accessories. We're gonna look at more accessories. Yes, I know. Too much, too much. The only thing we have to look at is just the weapons. That's it. Then afterwards, we're gonna switch some hands around. We're gonna switch their heads around, show the posability, and then give a review on it. So let's continue with this. First, Leonardo's katanas. Very nice. One thing I always like, the paint never chips off. Well, I think it is. Well, hold on. No, never mind. I thought it chipped off, but that's how it always been. I don't know if you could see some black lines right there, but the paint still looks good. Unlike for the Deadpool Marvel Legends. Oh my god. For that Deadpool Wolverine Marvel Legends, I was kind of disappointed. But of course, you see some black lines right there in the middle. Hold on, I gotta move this slide again. So you could see, of course, it's very nice. Very simple. Just gray painted with some dark gray, well, light gray with some dark gray with some brown. Of course, we got two of them. And now, next up, we're gonna look at Raphael's size. Of course, no much details on this. I know they did a VHS release or whatever, and it was supposed to be like a little reference or like a little homage to like Burger King, because I know they used to like have the VHS. Of course, I wasn't live, but I knew people were talking about it. And they were recreating the VHS box, and the paint jobs, like, they looked good, but this is how accurate they look. I like how they look. They might look a bit shiny, but you could see some matte, but whatever. So, with the size with Raphael, his looked a bit like this thick. I didn't like that. This is how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be nice, thin, not thick. I don't know what they were doing with those new VHS. I was gonna get those, but then I saw like a good price because someone dropped a price for me. I was like, ah, fuck it. I got these on eBay, by the way. I know. Used up, but still good. His bow staff, Donatello's bow staff. Oh my god, it's broken. No, it's okay. You could just put it in. Of course. Sometimes with his hands, it's a bit loose, but that's why you gotta hold it with two hands or whatever posability you could do, because sometimes you always gotta be careful with the figure's hands. But as you see, we got some wrapping on that line. Look at that. And we got some texture. I don't know if you could see the texture, but hold on. There's some textures right there. We also have some little black lines to make it feel more animated. Of course, the other part where you could just stick it in the little hole, pause. Anyways, so look at this. Looks good. Looks nice. More wrapping around the bow staff. It's also stupid because anytime that Donatello used his bow staff, he would press like a little button and then a big knife or blade would come out. And he never uses that. I know they had problems in the 80s about, oh, you can't use weapons, this and that. I'm like, y'all guys made a movie called RoboCop, Terminator, and Rambo. Terminator had so many toys. RoboCop had so many toys. Rambo had so many toys. They also had a TV show for Rambo and a TV show for RoboCop. That dude literally shot a rapist in the dick. I gotta respect RoboCop, but goddamn, the 80s weren't playing. But of course, this was when they were slowly falling off because they were like, oh, we can't have violence, this and that, blah, 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 bullshit, whatever. So it sucks that they really couldn't fight. But of course, in the 2012, they do fight. And tell me what's your favorite iteration. My 3 favorites, 2012, 2003, and of course, the 1990. Of course, there's comics that I love, but I'm just saying like movies or TV shows, all right? So of course with Michelangelo, real chain. Look at that. Looks nice, looks good. I always get afraid because I don't know if you could see some white markings, but I just feel like they would break off. But surprise, surprise, they never broke off. So these are great, fun to mess around, but you could barely do so much with these, or kinda, depends, whatever. And now we are gonna look at the Ninja Turtles themselves. I'm gonna have to move all their accessories because we're gonna do some head swaps and all of that good stuff. So let's begin. Ooh, too many accessories. This is why I waited so long for this, because too much to look at. So of course, we're gonna look at Raphael just by himself, because half of these turtles just basically are the same, but they have difference. The only difference with Michelangelo, Leonardo, Donatello, and Raphael, everything. These two, Leonardo and Donatello, only got the pouches. Of course, you could put them on the side pocket. I know some people could put the nunchucks in there. I don't know how. Mine just falls off easily, and I just do it a different way. But whatever. So with this NECA Ninja Turtle, it looks good in the outfit. It looks nice. It feels good. The quality feels nice. It's nice to hold. It's nice to see them standing. Like I said, anytime I think about turtles in disguise, I always think about Raphael, because I mean, shit, even in the movies, even in the comics, he was the one that wore the goddamn trench coat, but whatever. Now, of course, we got Michelangelo. So, I'm just going to show you the posability and moving options. But I just want to let you know, anytime I switch around hands with Michelangelo, watch. You see that? You see that? I don't like that. So anytime I switch the hands, I always just pull up in the front, and I would accidentally I never noticed it. It never had a problem until like a couple of months ago, and I was a bit frustrated, but I was like, wait a minute. You could easily just line it up how it was. Fix it. Hold on. Okay, see, now I gotta be careful. So you're gonna basically just see me put this crap on, because like I said, I was really nervous. So be careful when you pull these accessories off. So the way you want to pull your accessories, hold them right there, and then just hold it like that. Just hold the hand. Don't go like this. We're around the strap. Be careful. So I'm actually probably gonna just move this, because I don't want to mess with that. But let's just look at Leonardo instead. So we're gonna switch the faces. I'm probably gonna just switch with Leonardo, because this video would go they would go too long if I just don't like switch them around. If I switch all of them around, it would go too long. So I'm just gonna use Raphael. But with these Ninja Turtles, you could just take off their bandanas first, then afterwards pop their heads off. Sometimes it's a bit difficult, which I hate, and don't get me started. And then of course do the same thing. See, it's just I hate that. I hate it with a passion. So of course, when you get it done. Oh, by the way, with my Ninja Turtles, hold on. Yeah. So I was right. So with my Ninja Turtles, since they do have some white markings right here. And then with the other bandana of Leonardo's, I don't know if you could see it, but the paint was coming off. And that's how it was. And I was like, god damn it. So what I did, I just put some blue pen on. And I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna use it like this. And yeah, should have not. I would just leave it how it is. So, of course, now you have Leonardo as scared. You got him scared now. Holy shit, he's gonna shit his bridges. So, of course, ball joint. Not on a ball hinge. No. Ball hinge is like like that, right? Just stuck. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, whatever. I've done so many videos of this. I should know by now. Whatever, I don't care. So, it's on a ball joint. Pretty good. His neck can also move. You can move a bit, but you can move that. So, let's just put this head on. All right. So, of course, let's go. Up. Not that bad. I mean, down. Not that bad. I'm sorry. Not that bad. Up. Decent enough. Not that great. But if you make them look up like that with their feet, if you move them, then yeah, I guess so. But of course, you really can't do that because with their fat ass heads, and also with the turtle shell, just stopping them, it's just like, look at that. Just, anyways, of course, no armpit joint, so we could just lift his arm up. Of course, goes around. Always got to be careful because that shell. Never break these figures. I never broke them, so I'm surprised. Well, except for that little piece of Michelangelo and the bird. Pigeon P, whatever. It is what it is. So, of course, a little swivel right there. Of course, single jointed. And of course, each of their each of their hands. See how I pulled it off? Always gotta hold it like this, and then boom. There you go. Each of their hands always have a little different joint. So this one could go up and down, while we have other ones that could go side to side. I don't know if you could see that. Look at that. So, side to side. Wow, this one, up, down, up, down. There we go. So, always gotta let people know about that. So, we got little swivel right there, not that bad. You could turn them, all right? If you look closely, you could see that they got articulations right there. So, of course, gotta let you know about that. You could lift their legs, okay. It's just the shell. It's really not the figure's fault. It's just the goddamn shell. That's how the Ninja Turtles were made. That's how turtles are. They have, not the shell, but the front part, whatever. Of course, double jointed legs. Heck yeah. So we got that front and then the back. Pretty good. Front and then back. Oh, back and then front. Okay, there we go. Of course, you could just legs, maybe feet, and there you go. Some good swivel. A little bit swivel. So, not bad, not bad. Now, of course, with Leonardo, I'm gonna just change the accessories, and then afterwards, I'm gonna put all his little clothes on, his little trench coat, his little pants. So, I'm gonna take each hands one by one, so I could just show you what they... Ah, see? God damn it. What the fuck, Leonardo? Come on now. You're better than that. It is what it is. So, see, you gotta be careful, because sometimes with the swivel and with their legs, you always gotta be careful. Make sure they're nice and straight. You gotta be careful. Of course, when they're in a standing pose, well, any type of poses, they look pretty good. Okay, well, I guess I was gonna use these hands for Raphael, but whatever. So, with Leonardo, you give him thumbs up. Hell yeah. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. And of course, we're just gonna put this one back on because I already got the other ones for left hands. And we got a high five or open palm hand. Looks pretty good. And now we got a pointing finger, but if you think about it, it kind of looks like a middle finger. It just looks like a middle finger. What can I say? But anyways, all right, gotta make sure that's not moving. So remember, always hold it from this on the arm and just stick it in, all right? Don't pull it right there, all right? So just remember, grab it right here, pull it like that, and don't put your hand like this, because I'm pretty sure with all the sweat and all the grease on everyone's hand or whatnot, it would just, mess it up. Anything could just happen, but not bad. So we're gonna put the weapons as well. So of course I'm just gonna grab Leonardo, Donatello, because with everyone else's, you could just do it differently. So see here, put the, well actually, hold on. Put the O staff right there in the back. And then, voila. It looks good. Even just him holding it, it looks good. I like it. Looks nice, looks nice. I know they had SH Figure Arts of the Ninja Turtles, but they were based on like the promotional, like, you know how they're light green and bright? And yeah, that's just for promotional. It's on Lunchbox. It's on Lunchbox. It's on T-shirts. It's on socks. Any promotional, it's always the light green. And of course, we're gonna use Leonardo. So, of course, with Leonardo, he got his little pockets. Don't put it like this, unless you could do whatever, because they're never consistent with the TV show. It's always errors. So I'm probably wrong. Yeah, it probably is like this. I apologize. See, and the pocket is a bit tight. So let me just stick it like this. See, that one goes in nice and tight. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna leave that one in the pocket. You see it. I proved my point. Okay, looks good. Of course, with his hands, you can just hold it. Nice. So looks pretty good. Now, I was gonna say I was gonna put clothes on him, but you know what? I'm gonna put some on Michelangelo. All right. So, anytime I pose up with Michelangelo, I really never use the fedora. I mainly just use this hat, but let's have fun with it. So, first, what I do, take off head. I'm honestly just gonna leave the hands, because I forgot. So, with the hands, I'm gonna try to do my best. So first, you just wanna, this is gonna be, ooh. First, you wanna open them up, very nice and tight. Put one leg in, put the other one in, just like how you're just putting on your other clothes, you know, just like how you're gonna go to work or school, or maybe hang out with some friends, whatever. All right, and of course, nice fit, it's good. Hope y'all seen that. Of course, I hope the camera got that. I really hope, because sometimes it's just, ooh, sometimes I never notice. All right, then the sleeves, you just put it right there, and then move this hand to the back like this. Then, oh, actually, hold on. Whew, my bad. Put it like this, put it on the back, and afterwards, you put these little suckers in that, and there you go. Oof. And of course, if you want, you could, I gotta get different camera angles, but anyways, whatever. Like I said, I'm doing this on my phone. What do you think I'm gonna waste money for cameras? No, wasting on figures. Anyways, whatever. So if you want, if you like, you could put this knot in this little pocket. You see that little square right there? That little, I don't know if you could see. I don't know if you could see it, but right. Gotta make sure. Crap. Hold on. See? Now it's in. You could just tighten it up. Move it around. Usually what I do is I go around and around, and then as soon as it gets to the little marks over here, I try to, what I do is put Raphael's side right here, and then get the other side, and then try to push that knot into there. But of course, that's how it's just gonna be. And then of course, whatever hat you want to put on, boom. There you go. Not bad, not bad, not bad. So of course, I forgot I got this head on the side. All right, so now we're gonna do, because I always forget before I finish this video, we're gonna do some height differences. Of course, all the turtles look the same, so we're just gonna use one. We have a Mauser. The Mauser's always crunched, but if you just wanna stand them up. This one was from the Mirage Comics, Michelangelo, the Jim Lawson one. Like I said, ooh, easily my favorite Ninja Turtle figure, and also Ninja Turtle design in general. But also that in the 1984, the first Mirage Comics. Oh, I always love that design. Anyways, so of course, he's short. Little Mauser is short. Then we got Screw Loose. I was surprised because I thought he was going to be a bit tiny, but no. He's honestly a good size. He's a good size. Because I know sometimes in comics or TV show, they will make him look smaller or bigger. Now, next one, we got Wingnut. Of course, we do remember my first review. Unless you don't, it is what it is. You could check that out. First video, whatnot. So, good size comparison. Big, bulky. Of course, he's just a bit taller just because of the wings. And now, we're gonna look at Casey Jones. Good comparison. Good height comparison. That's how he's supposed to be. That's how it is. I like the Ninja Turtle short, while Casey Jones or April O'Neil being tall. And of course, Splinter being very short. And then the Mirage Comics. Of course, right in front of you, it looks like they're the same height. But when you just bring them closer... Ooh! Wait. Now just look, in this camera angle, it looks like they're taller, but no, I swear. The Mirage comic is taller just by a couple of inches. So, not bad, not bad. So of course, the Ninja Turtles, this is a good line. This is a good set. I like it. I love it. Not even like, I love it. But if you are a big fan of the 87 Ninja Turtles, then my friend, you would absolutely love this. You will love it. These are great figures to move around. You get enough accessories. Like I said, I did get this used, so if you order it like with the box in itself and completely new, then you would get the full complete set of hands. So like I said, I did get this used, but the head sculpts are good. They're nice. The other accessories, the little bits and pieces, they're great. You also get some nice material. Feels good. It feels very, very good. So you might be wondering, what am I going to give this review? What am I going to give this? Well, I don't really have a lot of problems. The only problem is just, well, it's my fault. It's just how Michelangelo's little whatever on his wrist just kind of fell out. But of course, you could just easily fix that just by putting his hand in. And with the different set of hands, with their weapons, of course, I'm giving this, I'm going to be completely honest. For a set like this, Ninja Turtles, that's an A+. Weapons, of course, that's an A+. Extra head scopes that you could switch around, that's an A+. Extra hands, that's an A+. Like I said, again, I got these used, so you would get all the extra hands. They're supposed to be 4 in total, but like I said, got them used. But that's not going to stop it. And of course, you get extra head scopes, which I don't use. These head scopes, I really don't like them. But overall, this gets a 10. A 10. 10 out of 10. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm saying. This is a 10. Half the time, I really don't give figures a 10 out of 10. Sometimes it will be a 9 or like an 8 or even a 7 or even a 6. I don't know if I've ever rated anything lower, like a 5 maybe. I don't know. But this is a good set. If you're a fan of Ninja Turtles, you will love it. You will like it. You will be a big fan of this. Easily, when I saw these and when I got them in hand, oh, chef's kiss. Mwah. So this is a 10 out of 10 set. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you do like this review, please subscribe. Anyways, please subscribe. Please hit that like button. Or if not, if you're just watching these videos, that would mean a lot to me, and that would give just so much support. If you do want to get these sets. Show your family, your friends, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your dog, your goldfish, your grandma, your old apple that's in a trash bag. You ask anyone and show this video and see why you want them, because holy shit, anything for Ninja Turtle fans, they will love this set. So 10 out of 10. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, my name is Jay. I will come back for tomorrow, and we got two more special videos to do, and then it's gonna be a while because I'm not gonna have a lot of more figures in my reviews that I have in my collection, of course. But review-wise, 10 out of 10, very good, highly recommended. Fun to pose around, fun to move around, a lot of things to do with these Ninja Turtles. So, ladies and gentlemen, hope you have yourself a good morning, a good day, a good night. Wherever you are in this big, beautiful world, you have yourself a wonderful day. And I will see y'all guys another time. Thank you. Goodbye.